We're here at the press conference for the Merlin Darwin Triple Crown race number 12. Chaz, second race win of the year. Bit of a chaotic one, but how is it to come out the winner?
Yeah, look, awesome. First of all, I just want to dedicate this win to Crompo. I know he's doing it a bit tough at the moment, so we love you, Crompo, as a whole category, and hope you get well soon and come back and ask us all your fantastic weather questions and set up questions about how bad our car is. So get well, Crompo. But yeah, look, super pumped. Obviously, starting 8th, I didn't expect to be up here today, and yeah, starting next to Cam, you never expect to get anywhere. So yeah, overall pumped to get through turn 1 without hitting Cam, and then and yeah, coming out and seeing some other people have some bad luck for a change. It's yeah, obviously it was great to come out in 3rd, but at the end of the day, we had a really fast race car. The first stint of our car was awesome. I was able to race Nick and get a little bit of a run on him, and yeah, but I don't think I would have had much for Shane. He was really quick, but yeah, obviously he had a bit of bad luck today as well. So yeah, we'll take him while we can get him.
I'll ask all three of you about the crash later, but for you, mate, I mean, you were out by a long way in the end. How important is clean air? How was the car? What was it, I guess, that gave you that big lead at the end there? Clean
air is obviously key for the series at the moment in anything, but I really wanted to keep pushing all the way to the end and see if we could try and learn something for tomorrow. So yeah, there's still room for improvement for sure. Just like I said, I wasn't really happy with the second part of our race, but yeah, it's all about trying to tune it and make it better. But yeah, just super pumped. It's after Taylor and Ben where we really struggled to get the car in the top 5 and go back and assess what was quite wrong with the car and what our philosophy went wrong there, and then you know, reset and come back here and have a fast race car. Obviously we didn't qualify very well, which is something we need to work on for tomorrow, but the race car was really good.
Was your team telling you that Shane was having troubles in pit lane?
No, he just he just said Shane was pitting this lap, and then I come around and I was expecting to see Shane on the exit or pulling out in front, and maybe I just thought they got the call wrong, and then the next lap they said you're the effective leader. So I didn't know if it was I thought it was more because I was P8 or P7 coming into turn 1, and I saw him come out the other side. Normally there's a guy that comes around the inside and comes out the other side because other cars have made contact with that car. So I thought he might have had a stop and go or something like that, but I didn't know it was a wheel nut until at the end of the race.
And the Super Softs, your view?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, it definitely feels different, the tyre here this weekend, but I don't know if it's the little bit of the heat kind of thing, but I mean the race was kind of very similar so than what it has just on our normal Super Soft or whatever version of whatever we're on. It's hard to work out. Can we get a different sidewall colour or something so we can actually tell the difference of the
You're asking the wrong
two tyres? Yeah, it's a bit tricky, but I don't know. We'll see how we go. Maybe it's good for us. Maybe that's the reason why we went good today.
Mate, is the Triple Crown now something that you're aiming for tomorrow? Do you think, with the way you ran it today, strategy, is that something that's a possibility?
I started 8th, so I'd probably need to qualify a bit better. We'll start with that tomorrow.
All right, I will leave the crash till we get all three, and then I'll let AVL ask some questions. So Cam, for you, avoided Chaz and came out on top in 2nd. Happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely wrapped with that. We've been struggling all weekend with the car. Rolled out and it was pretty bad, but we've really worked hard to get it to, I guess, in a good little window where definitely top 5 pace, but yeah, Chaz and I guess Shane had a bit over me, so yeah, we're a lot happier. We've still got a little bit to find, but yeah, just to come out and have a little bit of luck go our way for a change is yeah, fresher breath air.
When you guys parked up next to each other on the grid before podium, you guys had a bit of a laugh, bit of fun. Was there anything said? Anything about we dodged each other?
Yeah, that was definitely being said. Both our teams were shitting themselves just quietly, and we just laughed and said, "Leave it to us. We know what we're doing." So yeah, we didn't know how it was going to go, but we managed to get through, and yeah, it's nice to get to the other end of the race with clean cars.
And you said you struggled with the car all week. Do you feel like you're now in a better spot heading into tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got a very clear idea of what we need to fix. If we can fix it or not is probably another thing, but we're definitely going to try a few things and learn from it, and yeah, we'll come back next round if we can't fix it, stronger for sure. I think we've got a pretty clear idea what we need.
All right, I'll move on to Nick. Mate, 3rd at the moment. I guess your views on the situation with the tyre pressures.
I don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest. Obviously, I was just sitting in the car getting ready to to hopefully get down into turn one. It's scary, like you say. These two are starting behind me, so it's just as scary being in front of it. But that for me is just that's the team side of things. I'd sit in the car and steer it, and I feel like I did my job well today, and hopefully that's separate. I haven't gone down to turn one and barreled half the field out or anything like that. I ended up driving around wounded at the start with a lot more than the minimum tyre pressure down the right-hand side of the car, so it's not like I gained any advantage out of it. So, we'll see what happens. It's I believe Brad will be dealing with that one.
We'll let him answer those questions from the stewards. But I guess for yourself, mate, before all that happened, you were on good pace. You were pushing Chaz. It looked like strategy was going to play a big part of it. Did you find out mid-race what was going on? Did they say anything over the radio? Did that make you come off, or what happened?
No, I just kind of got told under safety car that I was driving around with a lot of pressure on one side of the car. So, I had to manage that. So, I thought I might be able to hold on in second. I thought actually Shane would do his normal trick and back the field up, but he actually just had very good pace. So, once I blocked Chaz once, and then once I realised I was better off just doing my own thing in clear air, I just tried to tuck in behind and just wait for the call of when I had to pit. So, we didn't plan to go that early. I would have preferred to go a bit longer into the race and not have to, manage the tyre so much for the long duration.
And mate, for yourself, the super softs, how did they feel, regardless of pressure?
My first comment was, is it the same tyre? That was yesterday in practice one. I don't know. I just did a pretty massive stint on the super soft, which, as a category, we wanted to see some big tyre deg, and I was sitting there kind of waiting for it. Like, are we going to see what we used to see back in the day when, people would come from nowhere and just have big pace over people? But it didn't come. I just drove around, and it felt very similar to last year. So, I'm not sure. Hopefully, next time they'll bring out maybe a super duper soft. I'm not sure. It'd be good to get some proper deg, like. Probably before we were in main game, there was some serious deg when they ran that soft tyre, and that'd be good to see that.
All right, and I'll move on and I'll start with you, Nick. Your view on the crash, you avoided it, came out second, but what did it look like from your point?
There was a bit going on. I think Pie and Frosty came together initially, so kind of like dodged all that, and then I just saw the big dust cloud down the left-hand side, and I saw Shane pop out and probably thought similar to Chaz. I thought, okay, there's been a bit of bumper cars down at turn one, and I got lucky. I just missed whoever was spinning across the front of me and popped out in second. But, it just looked pretty chaotic. But we always get some serious action up in here in Darwin. And it was it's a tough one. It's such a long run into turn one, so no one ever obviously means it. But it was bad for BJR. I got two cars with a lot of damage.
Chaz, how did you see it?
I didn't really see it, mate. I was a little bit further back than Nick, so... I just saw a lot of smoke going on, and was lucky enough to be on the inside of it all, because normally it always washes outwards. And I can only see what you guys see really on the TV. To be honest, I haven't really looked at it, so I can't. It is what it is. I'm just happy it happened.
Cam, yourself?
Well, I was further back again, so I definitely couldn't see it. But I was just obviously focusing on staying to the inside, saw a few cars spinning and whatnot, and just trying to stay behind Chaz and follow him through.
All right, ABL. I don't have a hand mic. We do have a hand mic.
Working?
Yep.
Nick, did you get a chance to chat with the team and try and sort of ascertain what did happen with the tyres there, with the pressures?
No, not really, to be honest. I just saw Brad was pretty busy. I just went around to my guys, said, done a bloody good job to get, we've been fast since we rolled out the truck. We've got a few little bits and pieces on the car to try and bridge the gap to, Cam, Chaz and Shane. I think we've taken a little step forward there, so it'd be pretty shit feeling to have it taken away. Like I said, we gained zero advantage. We actually hurt ourselves with what happened, so I'm not sure what happened, if it was finger trouble or what, but yeah. But
are you anticipating a penalty? If the tyres did dip under 17, if that happened to one of the other guys, would you expect them to get a penalty?
The tyres I raced on did not dip under 17.
Why are they saying that they that they did?
Explain
the situation.
I think they thought we had a puncher on the grid.
Ah, okay.
So they had to change one because it was going down really fast. So that's what happened. I think we had to change it late because they were like, we got a puncher on the right front, I think it was.
So that's where, just in the rush, it might have been under pressure or something like that?
No, I think it was going down.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So the tyre that was deflating
Yeah.
is the one that...
So Supercars
okay.
came past with a sniffer and were like, I think you have an issue.
Okay.
So I don't know how that works with the rules, obviously.
Okay.
It's not like I got to drive around out there with 17 PSI and these guys are on 19. I think I was mid-20s.
Yeah.
And they were on 19. So, we gained zero advantage, and it was actually good that, Supercars, we can see when problems like that are happening, just so I didn't go barreling into turn one with no pressure in the tyre.
Cool.
Chaz and Nick, it's interesting how you're talking about the degradation. Like when you go to like the Formula One circuits, Melbourne, Shanghai, Abu Dhabi, super smooth. This seems to be a similar service. No degradation. It's going to happen the whole weekend, isn't it?
I'm not too sure, mate. To be honest, it's a little bit tricky for probably us three at the front because the guys that we didn't really get too crazy hot cars. Either the move was done quite early in the race and then we fell into our own gaps. Normally when you're racing a guy for 5 or 6 laps, then you get the crazy heat in your car, then the tyre goes around, slides away, and then your degradation really comes. I think for us, probably three, we were a little bit more boring at the front of the race. We had those bigger gaps, so they're probably a better question to see if there was more degradation going on later a bit lower in the field. I think we were a little bit spoilt at the front for clean air, which then we were able to drive the car we want. I think there was probably a little bit more degradation than what I would say for a super soft. But yeah, it's like Nick said, it's maybe not quite enough for here. I'm not sure, but it's do we need to make a more deg tyre? Maybe not. Do we need to make a tyre that's got heaps of grip and is a little bit more forgiving and we can have better goes, or the cars can change a bit? That's what we're really after, is the racing and being able to do more moves and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Chaz, congratulations. Just a quick one about your teammate, though, because he had a great race too. He was up to...
Teammates. We've got three of us this weekend.
Your full-time teammate, great work for him. He was up how many spots? So up 8 from 19. So we've seen a bit of disparity between you guys throughout the season, even though he did well at Bathurst. And he came and congratulated you afterwards. Are you seeing a change in the other side of the garage this weekend? Is that disparity coming closer?
I haven't even known the really race. You're telling me the first time now. So, look, he struggled a bit in qualifying, and I can understand why. Kurt was the same. It's a car that was pretty hard to drive. I think our car was probably a little bit better than those guys for qualifying trim. So we're all trying something a little bit different to all help each other out. And our race car was pretty good, and those guys were probably pretty similar to us in the race. And they drove well to go forward. So I think Kurt was 7th as well, and Bryce was 11th. But we need to qualify better. Those guys need to get up around that 10, and then they'll be able to race there, because obviously they drove forward today. So it is what it is today. I hope he has another good one tomorrow. It's good championship points for our team, and we really want to try and fight hard in that this year and try and move up a few slots.
Good luck to you and your team mates.
Thank you, mates.
Alrighty, that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Good luck tomorrow.